Brothers and sisters, today's sermon is Monkey See, Epic Do. And right now, if my nemesis, I don't want to call him a nemesis, that implies too much. There's someone out there who's probably going, Monkey See, Epic Do. Now, he spelled it SEA. And so what's a monkey see? Is that like the Red Sea? And why don't I get that? Wouldn't it be monkey see SEE and then monkey do? What's epic do? I don't know. It's just too much for my brain to comprehend. But it's called monkey see epic do because brothers and sisters, uh, today we are going to examine the words from the book of John. That's right. John Palumbo from Crack the Sky. Album 1, track 3. Now, here we go. See Epic is track 3 on their first album, which is his first studio album, which turned 50 years. 50th anniversary is this year. Now, when they do the live version, the first 2 songs from album 1 are done back to back as one track. And then on the live version, it's track C Epic is track 2. But I'm going to go with the original translation from the original Crack the Sky, and it is track 3. So now, brothers and sisters, C Epic is about a man at sea who sees the end is near and opens up a dialogue with God. That's why we're here. That's why we're talking about it. We're going to talk about his dialogue with God. Okay? Now, we're going to go over the lyrics and break it down in this conversation with God. Okay? So, C Epic opens with the man pleading with God because the shipwreck has already occurred. Okay, the damage is done. The ship is sinking. The man sees the end is near, and he turns to God, and he starts off with this. God, says the captain, he's got a wife at home and quite a few children. You can't let them live alone. Okay. First, that's how it opens up. This gesture seems noble. Okay, he's saying to God, please, the captain, he's important, not me. I'm not important. He hasn't said that yet, but by comparison, he's laying down the case, and it has a certain kind of logic that the captain has this to live for, not me. Children, a wife, a home. Okay. The man continues, I'll go down yelling or quiet if you like. Now, that's important. That's important because the man's saying, God, I'm willing to die. And you can pick how I'm going to die. I can die violent. I can go down yelling, or I can go peaceful if you want. Whatever you want. Whatever way you want me to die, I will die. I will die in whatever manner makes you happy, Lord. You want me to put up a fight? I'll put up a fight. If you want me to go quiet into that good night, I'll go quietly into that good night. Yes, indeed. What do you want, God? How do you want me to die? I'm willing to do it. The man continues, but please, spare the captain. You see, I've got no wife waiting for me. That's right. Laid it out. Says, now, he doesn't say he doesn't have kids waiting for him. He could have kids, just no wife. And he's not been supporting them anyway. Doesn't even know who they are. They don't know him. They won't miss him. So you can take me. Kids aren't going to be affected. And I have no wife. So take me, Lord, please. Spare the captain, take one. If it's going to be a 1-to-1, take the captain, leave the captain and take me. If you have a quota, right? If you have a quota, take me, leave the captain. Then he continues, because what if God doesn't want to save the captain? What if God can only save one? He makes the case for the admiral. He says, God save the admiral. He's got the mind to lead, and the country needs him. She's got more ships to fleet. Now she is the country, and the admiral, important man. The country depends on the admiral. Okay, apparently this is a maritime. This is like an old English story where the ships, the fleet, were that important to the protection of the kingdom. See, and I'm thinking, and I don't know how old this tour goes back into the annals of history. I do not know. But I do know that now he's saying, okay, God, again, if it's 1-to-1 and you can only save one, and if it's not the captain, then please save the admiral. Again, much more important than I am. And the man continues. He says, oh, I'll go down yelling or quiet if you like. He offers them the same thing. Says, okay, take me and I'll go down whatever way you want. However you want. I can make a lot of noise or I can just shut the fuck up and go. But please, spare the admiral. That's the next line. But please, he says it, but please spare the admiral. You see, I've got no lives to lead to the sea. That's right. He goes right there. He goes right back to that point. Then he's like, okay, the admiral is leading people out there. I can't do that. Nobody's going to follow me. Who the fuck's going to follow me? I'm a lost cause. So if you're going to take somebody, take me. Don't take the admiral. Take me. I'm a lost cause. And I cannot be helped. I cannot be helped. I'm worthless. I'm a worthless asshole. Ask anybody. And God hears the man. He hears it. God hears the man's pleas, and God responds like so. Don't try to tell me who to save or to kill. I've got my own mind, and I'll do what I will. I'll do what I will. I will. Now, this implies that the man has had dealings with the Lord before. He's had dealings with God before, because God doesn't just say, like he says, look, don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do. I'll do what I want to do. You can't stop me. And then he says, I do what I will, and I will. And in order for that man to know, he's had to gone through this before. Maybe not on a ship, because if it was on a ship, he wouldn't have got back on that motherfucker, because he got by once. Why risk it? Why risk it? But at some point, this man has had an interaction with God, and God says, don't test me, boy. Don't tell me what to do. I will do what I want. And then God continues. God says, I will kill the captain if it's his time, my boy. That's right. I'll kill the captain if it's his time, my boy. Who knows if it's the captain's time? Only one person knows if it's the captain's time. God. Captain don't know. He doesn't find out until it's like, oh shit, I'm done. The young man who doesn't know, he's already saying, like, I'll swap. And then God continues. He says, I'll take the admiral too. I'll take the admiral too. In other words, it's not 1-for-1. It's not, if I leave him, if I spare you, or if I take you, I'll spare him. No, it's like, I'll take him and him and him. And matter of fact, if you're not cool, I'll take you too. That's right. It said, that's the next line. It says right here. He goes over that. Let me repeat that again and say it in its entirety, in its context. I'll kill the captain if it's his time, my boy. I'll take the admiral too. And if you're not cool, I'll take you. That's right. There's no bartering here. There's no bargaining. You can't go take him, take me and leave him. Take me. No, it don't work like that. He says it does not work like that. Hello, kick people. It's not like that at all. Not in the tiniest bit. Okay? It's like, no, shut up. Don't tell me what to do. You're on thin ice. Or technically, you're in deep water. See, with that final line, it's as if God knows something that we do not know. That's right. That while the man is making his case that he is willing to sacrifice himself, the man also doesn't want to die for real. Not for real. He's like, because otherwise it wouldn't be a threat. If the man really wanted to die, God threatening him saying, I will take you too. Man's like, that's not a threat. I'm willing to go. I'm willing to go. Now, the man becoming aware of what he has done and said, realizes he's upset the Lord. And he says this, I'm sorry, Lord. You know what's best. But please, would you at least spare the cook? Okay, now the man is striking up a different bargain. He goes, I'm sorry if I've upset you. I'm sorry if I've upset you. God, I'm sorry if I upset you. But what's the point in saving me if I'm going to die? Why save me just to die a slow death? So please, if you're going to save me, save the cook also. All right? Save me and the cook. The man continues, I'm very hungry, and by the looks of this ship, I'm going to starve. Oh, I'm going to starve. That's right. So the man knows, why let me suffer? I could just die quietly or make a lot of noise. Just take me. I don't want to suffer. And if you're going to save me, spare the cook. Now, here's the question. What is the cook going to cook for them in order for them to not starve? What's the cook going to cook? We're going to get to that shortly. Well, John continues to tell us, well, the ship went down to the bottom of the sea. I'm saying John, but actually this is from the viewpoint of the man on the ship. Okay. But John is reporting this. Okay. John was not there. He's reporting it. Okay. Now, from the words of the man on the ship, well, the ship went down to the bottom of the sea, and the only ones left were the fat cook and me. So I looked to the sky with a smile in my eye, caught a glimpse of the dude, and started singing. Dun, 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 dun. He's so happy. He's like, yeah, all right, yeah. Again, when the ship goes down to the bottom of the sea, the only ones left were the fat cook and me. That's right. And he caught a glimpse of the dude. Now, of course, in Hebrew, that would be Dudael. God is my dude. But this is not in Hebrew, but that's what he would call him if the man were Jewish, Dudael. And it continues. The man says, I'm sorry, Lord, that I doubted you. Oh, babe, you really came through. Again, in Hebrew, instead of oh babe, it would be oh babe-il. God is my babe. It's like Daniel or Daniel, Michael, Ezekiel, yeah, baby L. God is my babe. So I'm sorry, Lord, that I doubted you. Oh, babe, you really came through. And I thank you. I thank you, Lord. I thank you, Lord. Yeah. Now, that is the end. That is how it ends, with the guy in the boat surviving and surviving along with the fat cook. So I go back to the questions. They spared the man. God spared the man, and God spared the fat cook. But what are they going to eat? This is where research comes in handy. Okay? Now, just so you know, in the book of Leviticus, um, it is unclean to eat shrimp. And God explains why. You know, it is unclean to eat pork and describes why. But nowhere in the Bible, nowhere, and you can look and look and look and look and look, nowhere in the Bible does it explicitly forbid cannibalism. That's right. So it looks like the fat cook is going to be serving up captain and admiral. Yes. Does God sanction cannibalism? Well, he doesn't forbid it. And in this telling, this true story, going straight from the book of Crack the Sky, straight from the Crack the Sky, track 3, yes, God sanctions cannibalism. Yes, indeed. And they're serving up captain and admiral. Now, it's not just my interpretation of this. It's not my interpretation, just not my interpretation. You can go to the book of the Rolling Stone, in an article in 2025, where they discuss not just the first album 50 years ago, but the re-release of the album, which is now I take that back. It's not a re-release. They're playing it live. They're performing it live for their 50th anniversary. The same songs, just live versions, and it's excellent. I recommend it. So does Rolling Stone. So does Rolling Stone magazine. Matter of fact, Rolling Stone magazine recommended the first album 50 years ago, the studio album. They said it was the best new album, and that they're the best band you've probably never heard of. They Rolling Stone loves. So it's not just me, okay? But Rolling Stone asked John Palumbo, and John Palumbo said, yes, this is about cannibalism. GDFenderson asked John Palumbo on Coffee with the Dog. And again, John Palumbo did not back down. He says, yes, it is about cannibalism. So yes, it's about cannibalism. And so we know from Crack the Sky that God has sanctioned cannibalism. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And it's not just regular cannibalism. It's not like you're eating nobodies. They're serving up captain and admiral. Yes, indeed. Captain and admiral. Don't know if it's a stew. Don't know if it's admiral chops, captain stew. Don't know if it's loin of admiral. I have no idea. Captain ribs. I have no idea. But the fat cook apparently is a good cook. Because again, if he were a bad cook, the guy in the boat would say, look, I can cook, I can burn shit by myself. I don't want to have to share food with the fat cook. As a matter of fact, I can eat the fat cook. If you're just going to save me and leave me to my devices, I can burn shit. But the fat cook knows how to make stuff taste good. That's right. He can take Admiral and make it taste like chicken. He can take Captain and make it taste like steak. Give me that fat cook. Give me that fat cook. Yes, indeed. So, yes, God did sanction cannibalism. Even if it's just for one time, even if it's only that one time, he did it. So, brothers and sisters, now I do not ask you to take my word for anything. If you want to listen to uh, Crack the Sky, the first CD, the first CD, and listen to it for yourself, please do so. If you want to get the 50th anniversary of the live version, please do so and listen and see if you come to the same conclusion. You don't have to take my word for it. I know I'm not perfect. And this is just my interpretation as I sit here and I pray and I said, Dear Lord, guide me through my interpretation of C Epic. Yes, indeed. Now, brothers and sisters, this is the first time I've ever made an attempt to break down a song. Okay. Now I'm doing it because, again, I'm not going to lie to you. Again, I tell you, I'm not going to lie to you. I am a fan of the Crack the Sky. I am a fan. Been so for a very long time. Not quite 50 years, more like 47 years. Point is, been a fan for a long time. And I would love to introduce other people to them. But Crack the Sky is not the only music that's out there that talks about God. So if you find a song that you think that I can make sense out of, that addresses the dialogue between man and God and man, or God and woman, or God and humanity, please just send it to me. Care of the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll with an E at gmail.com.